What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm just gonna talk about just the human body, like how it's so easy for the human body to like experience and to feel a lot of trauma, to feel a lot of pain, to feel a lot of blockages. I'm also gonna talk about spiritual blockages as well. Again, I don't know too much about it. I'm just speaking from this from based on what I've learned and studied from other people, from other videos, and from my own intuition and from my own words on how I look at things. So it might be all over the place, but. And I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm speaking from my own perspectives. So let's get to it. So what I've noticed for me recently, this video might be all over the place. This might be a really long video. I can already feel it coming in, but because I have so much to talk about. So it all started off back in 2017 is when I first had my spiritual awakening. Is when I experienced ego death. I mean, we all have an ego, right? So of course, I'm experiencing from time to time. Because as humans, we all experience different types of cycles where we experience ego deaths. Then we go through a rebirth, and then we had to make our own ego, this and that, right? That's what I learned. But you get what I'm saying. So I had my spiritual awakening in 2017. Everything I believed that was to be true came to an end. Like I was going through a very dark time around 2017ish. It was after I had a breakup. So like that's when I met my twin flame. If you guys aren't familiar with the word twin flame, it's a spiritual connection pretty much. It's new age, I guess, but the term I don't agree with the term you can believe it if you do or don't. It's one of those things where you have to experience it to believe it. Or either twin flame or heavy soulmate connection. I had a heavy soulmate connection back in 2017. All the things like people who experience twin flames go through, I experienced the exact same shit. Long story short, we after we broke up, I went through heavy heartache. I was crying. I was purging a lot of shit, and then, but during that time, I would experience a lot of telepathy. I'll experience like I feel like it seemed like I was feeling this person's energy, and that's the thing with soulmate connections. Because like when if you're watching this video, have you ever experienced a connection with someone and then you just can't get this person off your mind? It's kind of like a crush, but like it is like that. It's like a crush, and like you just can't get this person off your mind, and then you just feel like your heart is always beating fast, and like you just can't get this person off your energy field, right? That's like me. Like I've experienced that at least ever since 2017. It's been ongoing. But I've experienced these symptoms with these people, at least 3 different people, you know, and like I'll meet them, and like we wouldn't even date either. Like we wouldn't date. We had no type of physical intimacy. We'll just interact, and then that's when I'll feel this person's energy. I can't get this person off my mind, and that's where you get your traumatic reenactment. That's where you get your trauma bonds from. Is where like, and that's how you form soul ties, pretty much. I guess I know I'm all over the place. I know I'm not making sense, but I'm just speaking from my mind. It's hard for me to remember shit, you know, but yeah, but I've experienced that a lot, where I experienced a lot of like intense soul-to-soul connections, these energetic cords. I experienced that ever since 2017, and I'm still experiencing this now to this day sometimes, like different people. It's just so annoying. It's just like, I hate it so much. It's like, we're like, you meet someone, I'm not sure people experience this too. I feel like everyone experiences this shit, but we experience it different ways. People may experience soul connections, like the soul ties, through like physical intimacy, like sex, or just hanging out with a person. With me, I'll interact with the person. It can be through online. It can be through like, not online, but like through like we'll just talk, and then we'll split, and then I'll feel this person's energy. And I'm not sure if the people's I felt their energy, like I feel their, like I can't explain it. It's like it feels like a soul tie. It's like you have that energetic connection with someone. You know, I have like faster heartbeats. I'll go through a lot of ascension symptoms. It's insane. And like it'll last for a long time, and it gets overwhelming, and like I can't be alone, because when I'm alone, like especially in the building area, then I can't focus. I can't really get my mind off of this person. It's this obsession, you know. It has to be some type of trauma, you know. And this is what I'm going to get to later in the video. But like I've experienced a lot of like soul connections like that, where these energetic connections. I'm not sure the people I've connected with, I'm not sure if they felt the same way. I'm not sure if they've also experienced the same thing, because I never talked to them like that, because we'll always end up fighting or breaking up, and like we'll just stop interacting. We barely interact. The 3 people I had the most intense connections with, we barely even spoken, you know. And it's crazy, like all my life, like I'm experiencing a lot of confusing shit, man. This is one of the reasons why I even made a YouTube video. This is why like I'm into tarot just shit like that. I'm into spirituality because I've experienced a lot of like spiritual phenomena, you know, where I can't even put into fucking words. Or like the average person will look at me like I'm crazy, you know. But a lot of people in the spiritual community and people who make spiritual channels, they experience the same shit I've experienced, you know. It's a lot, but with me, it's like I'll meet someone, right, and then I'll feel that attraction, and then out of nowhere I become obsessed, and I can't get this person off my mind, and then I have like extremely fast heartbeats, like I don't know, man, like I feel a lot of like, and then I feel like I'm purging. So then there are nights where like I'm crying out, I'm crying out in certain trauma or pains. I feel like I have a heavy heart. I feel a lot of tightness in my heart, and it's like I'll be in the cafeteria, I'll be in public areas, and I still can't get this person out of my mind. Like I'll catch myself just smiling, just daydreaming, just laughing about this person. I'm just like, yo, I gotta chill. I'm in a public setting. Why am I doing this? You know? So it's really, it's insane. I gotta look more into it. It could be a trauma bond, it could be a traumatic reenactment, or it could be a spiritual connection, or all three. You know, who knows? But I have experienced this a lot. I'm still experiencing this shit to this day. You know, so it's been ongoing ever since 2017. That's when ever since my spiritual awakening, that's when I keep experiencing shit like that, you know? And this video's gonna make sense. Now, this is why I'm gonna talk about the human body and like how fragile it is, and how I'm almost gonna talk about the human body from a spiritual perspective, and how the human body experiences a lot of spiritual warfare and shit, man. Not spiritual warfare, I don't know, it's whatever. I'm using my own words, I guess, but not sure that even makes sense, but like I said, so it's so easy for the human body to develop a lot of trauma, man. Like, this is why you hear people talk about generational curses. You hear people talk about trauma bonds, traumatic reenactments, just the fact that, yeah, people fasting. People are talking about, like, they're fasting. They're trying to, like, eat cleaner diets. It's just, like, people in this timeline, in this planet, we're all going through a healing process. We're all ascending. This is why we're all fasting. We're all trying to eat more fruits and vegetables. We're all trying to, like, go into nature. We're all into meditations. We're all more into spirituality now. We got time speeding up. We're all talking about spiritual shit. We're all talking about narcissists. We're all talking about like relationship traumas, family trauma, toxic families. Not everyone has toxic families, but just some people have toxic families. But it's all coming to the surface. Yeah, people talk about just narcissistic relationships and shit, right? So we're all just pretty much we're all in this timeline, we're all into spirituality. But I've been observing, and I've noticed that like it seems like everyone is going through a healing process. And I understand we all go through pains, trials, and errors. It's part of the human experience. We all go through pain. It's normal, right? But I'm talking about like there's just so much shit as human beings we got to purge out, clear out. You know what I'm saying? Like me, like I'm experiencing a lot of heart pains. I always have a lot of tightness around my heart area. I always feel this shit, man. And either that or like I'll feel like, either I feel a lot of heart pains, or like I have a lot of headaches where like I feel like I really can't explain it. It's annoying, man. Like it's these trauma bonds, it's these generational curses where like God or spirit, they'll put like in your life path, they'll like I don't know, this video is gonna make no sense, man. Honestly, I'm just gonna speak whatever comes to my mind, I'm gonna speak out on it. Based on what I've learned, based on what I've studied, I also believe what other people have taught me is that like some people we're put into like dysfunctional families so we could break generational curses, right? As we're breaking generational curses with these toxic families and bloodlines and these narcissistic relationships, right? It could be financial curses, it could be anything that deals with family bloodlines. Every human being goes through some type of generational curse. It could be finances, it could be narcissistic relationships, it could be like drinking, it could be like eating, it could be anything. With me, I'm not sure. I think with me, it's more so has to do with relationships, more so has to do with like emotional intelligence, money, just shit like that. So overall, pretty much. And I've also personally believe, based on what I've learned from other people, they mentioned that like you're pretty much taking in the trauma, the traumatic experiences, and like the pain that your family bloodline has to carry through. And as you get older, the more you go into your soul's mission, you're going to experience all these pain, you're going to experience all this trauma coming to the surface, you know? And that's kind of like me. That's where like I'm feeling, again, this is my opinion. I could be dead wrong, but that's why I intuitively, personally believe. Like, part of my life path is to experience generational curses so I could fucking break them, even though it's hard as shit, because like, the best way I can explain generational curses is when like you're feeling so much pain and heaviness just eating up inside you. Like me, I experienced all that shit through headaches. Like I experienced a lot of like where people I feel like done me wrong, where I feel like family members who done me wrong, where I experienced a lot of traumatic experiences from past relationships. All that comes to the surface. All these memories pop up, and then it's like my body feel these emotions over and over again. And I'm just like, why's my body experiencing this shit? Especially during the Mercury, right? Especially during the Mercury retrogrades, especially during these full moons and shit, man. And I'm in my mind, I'm just thinking like, yo, didn't I already healed from this? It could happen from like years ago. And that one person that I broke up with in 2017 that caused me a lot of pain, why is this person still in my fucking mind, you know? So this shit, it gets annoying. Like, it's really annoying. And like this, earlier today, I was thinking to myself, yo, it's like my body can't catch a break. Like, I'm always experiencing some type of traumatic soul tie, you know? And this is why I feel like this world, this human experience is full of shit. Because like I can see so much bullshit playing out. Like I can see how my life is playing out, and I can see the chapters I'm going through a life. I can see what certain chapter I'm going through. I can see like a certain life script I'm supposed to play through. I can see through the bullshit. I really can't explain it, but like this is why like me, I don't take life personally. It may seem like I do, but I really don't. I'm just playing along with the game. I take life serious, but I don't take life personal. Because I can see the bullshit God or life tries to put me through. I can see the tests. I can see what they're trying to throw at me. And this is why, like, I'll just sit there and I'm just like, okay, might as well just go through it. Because what I've learned is that, like, you can't really, you can speak out on it. You can expose it, which I feel like a lot of people shouldn't. I know I'm doing that shit. I'm trying to expose my life, my fucking life script. But I think another word for it, I guess, is the Matrix, I guess. Because, yeah, people talk about the Matrix. Like, there's there's glitches in the Matrix and shit. Just that time speeding up, just shit like that where you see spirits or like you see like repeating numbers, or like you just meet certain types of people over and over again. You experience coincidences, all these glitches in the fucking Matrix, man. Where was I? Long story short, basically, I was reflecting my life experiences, right? And I can see how all this is playing out today. I think, you know, but like just. I'm always experiencing some type of soul tie. I've always experienced situations where I'll meet someone, I'll talk to someone, then I can't get this person off my mind, and like I just can't shake out of it. And then once I try to release it, that's when I feel a lot of pain. Then I gotta cry it out, and then I get angry because it's like I can't even fucking focus on the shit I need to get done. But this person's on my fucking mind, so it's like, what the fuck, man? You know? I'm not sure if the other people also experience the same shit I'm experiencing, because I never get to talk to them like that. It's funny how life works. It's funny how like God will put me in certain connections where I meet someone and then we'll split. And now I can't get this person off my mind. And then God or life, they'll find a way to like fucking distance or just get these people out of my life. You know, it's crazy how life works. Like this is why like I can see through the bullshit of this society. Not this society. I mean, of this Matrix. I can see through the bullshit. I can see how my life script is playing out. This is where you get your soul contracts. This is where you get your like pre-life. This is where you get your soul contracts. This is where you get your like destiny, your pre-life destiny events and shit. You know, this is how it is. I'm so happy the weather is nice because usually where I live in Kansas, so like it's always fucking windy, it's always fucking raining, it's always snowing and shit. It's March and I don't know why it's still fucking snowing. Finally, it's a good weather, so you know, I'm really happy about that. I could finally make a video outside. In the summertime, I'm gonna make a lot more videos. It's hard for me. I've been busy and like just the weather. It's been fucking horrible. And I personally believe the weather's fake too. It could be HAARP. Wait, is it called HAARP? Yeah, it's called HAARP. Where like the government or the elites, they fucking control the weather and shit. Like they try to manipulate the weather. There's so much theories. People in the spiritual community talks about how like the planet is heating up, and like they don't want. And as the planet is heating up, people are ascending and the government or the elites, they don't want that, so they're gonna use HAARP to control or to manipulate weathers to make everything colder and shit, or to cause more like storms and disasters so they can fuck up the earth, or like I don't know. It's just theories. It's just conspiracy theories. I don't know. I personally believe it, but because it makes sense. Because like why the fuck would it be a perfect nice weather, no wind, no rain, perfect, right? Then the next day is all fucking rainy, cloudy and shit. This shit makes no sense, you know? Bullshit. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about a time period to where like I used to see a lot of repeated numbers. I still do. It's not something new. It's been old. It's been going on. But like I remember when I first had my spiritual experience, I used to see a lot of like repeated numbers. Like after my first spiritual connection with a female, I consider it to be my twin flame, or either twin flame or heavy soulmate connection. Once I experienced a breakup with my twin flame, after we separated, I was going through a lot of grief and heartache. I felt like I was missing parts of myself. I didn't feel whole. I felt very lost. That's when I was going through my dark night of the soul phase. During that time, I was seeing a lot of repeated numbers. I started seeing what's very famous and popular is 1111. That's the like soulmate number, or like I always see a lot of 1111. Then I'll see 777. I'll see 444, 555. I still see it to this day. It's a lot. I used to see that shit all the time, and that shit would really trip me out. Isn't it trippy how like everyone in this earth sees repeated numbers now as the years are going by? It's insane how life works, man. Life is fucking weird, man. I like life. Like why does life have to be so confusing? How come God or spirit, or if they even are real, how come the universe don't gives us answers as much? So you're telling me like the universe will give us like repeated numbers, right? But they won't even tell us what the fuck it means. This is why people are Googling and doing research on what it means. How do we even know the internet is even giving us accurate information? All that shit could be Masonic. Or shout out to Enofe. Enofe's YouTube channel, he talks about like Masonic programming, how people think in the Masonic way. It's all programmed. Shout out to him. But it's true though, you know. I mean, I started programming, so I could just see through all this shit. I'm not saying I'm all knowing or anything. I just do a lot of research and studies and shit. I'm just speaking my mind. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just talking, man. But yeah, this is life, man. Life is weird. Like I'm always like thinking about life. Like, why am I experiencing this? Why does this have to happen? What's the purpose of these connections? Why am I meeting this person? Why is God blocking certain paths? Why is God blocking me? Or why is God preventing me from meeting certain people that are actually at my wavelength, you know? Bullshit. And when I say wavelength, I don't mean it in an egotistical way. I'm talking about wavelength more so like people who also kind of had the same thoughts as me. And I don't mean it in a narcissistic way. I mean it in a way where like there are people who actually do think like you, who have the same thoughts as you. This is where you get your soul tribe members, your soulmates, your like-minded people, you know, just how it is. I think I'm in my stage of life, and this is why it's important to study astrology, to study numerology, and to study astrology. Study your planets, study your astrological planetary signs and shit, because that way you'll know what kind of phases, what kind of cycles you're going through in life, you know. I feel like more so in this life, well, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been studying astrology. I'm gonna start studying astrology a lot more, actually, especially numerology and my life path numbers, and like just what kind of, so I can know what my life events are trying to teach me, or what I'm supposed to learn or experience each and every year, in each every month, so it makes sense, you know. Because me, I just don't like doing all that shit, but I have to do, because me, I'm always questioning shit, you know, always questioning life. Like, why am I experiencing this shit? So might as well just do it, right? Where was I? Oh yeah, so I feel like I'm at a stage in my life where like I'm supposed to learn a lot. I'm supposed to like obviously speak my mind through making YouTube videos. You know, I never thought I'd make a YouTube channel like this. It just happened. Never in my life where I thought like, I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm in a stage of my life where I'm not supposed to meet like-minded people. Well, at least in person. I am meeting like-minded people through the internet, which I am thankful of, but not in person. Obviously, if you're watching this, I'm watching this. We all know where we're supposed to be at in life. We all have goals. We all have dreams. We all not satisfied. And me, I am thankful. I am happy, but I'm not satisfied with where I am in life. I want to experience more shit, right? But I don't know. Maybe I don't. I don't know. But I always wanted to meet like-minded people. I always wanted to be in a actual relationship, man, where like I just meet someone and like we just click. We have that nice bond and connection. That'll be a dream come true. And I know I'm gonna get it. It's just like you usually when in life, based on what I've learned from other people, and it makes sense to me that like when you're lacking a certain area in life, it means that you're meant to have it, but in such an abundant, most greatest way ever. But yeah, you're not gonna have it because for some reason, God or life, the universe, they're trying to teach you life lessons. They're trying to just teach you certain shit. So once you do get it, you're gonna enjoy it more, or like it's become even more abundant, you know? Because it makes sense too, because like it's like, let's say for example, all your life you've been single all your life, right? Like you never dated someone like that. You're pretty much an incel. You've been a virgin all your life, right? But it's actually in your life though. You're meant to meet the one. You're actually meant to be in a very romantic, loving relationship, right? And you're meant to experience that shit later in your life, which fucking sucks, but it's how it is. And once you do have that, once you do meet your other half, your soulmate, your partner, your life partner, it's gonna be so abundant, so like exciting, so amazing, so unbelievable. It's gonna be so amazing, and it's one of those things where not too many people get to experience it. But it's so, since it's so great and so like amazing, you have to pay the price for that. So what life will do, or what God will do, or the universe will do. This is my own opinion. So what they'll do is like they'll fucking prevent you from experiencing either shallow, not even shallow relationships, but also like good, not great, but good relationships. So basically you're gonna be alone all your life, and you can experience a lot of isolation and being single. It's gonna suck because you're meant to have a greater relationship with a particular person, or yeah, that's how it is pretty much. That's an example with a relationship. It could be anything. It could be with a certain career. It could be a certain money. It could even be with a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're meant to have a loving family. Or like, I meant like you're meant to create a loving family. Well, more likely you can be born into a shitty family, and like, you're not gonna experience, I don't know, you're gonna experience some type of bullshit in order for you to have what you want out of life. And it makes sense. That's where you get your law of attraction. Or actually, I take that back. But it's how life is, man. We're like, if you want something, you got to go through so much shit just to have it, man. Either that, or you got to be patient, you know. And again, I could be dead wrong. I'm speaking from my own opinion. I could say one thing today, and then I could be completely different the next day, you know. But what else? Yeah, but I hate that so much. So that's what I know about the human body. The human body is so like fragile. The human body is so like weak, because like it's so easy for the human body to experience a lot of trauma. If it's not, sometimes it's the parents' fault, but sometimes parents, let's say as parents, they're just trying to do the best. They're just trying to do the best they could do, right? But let's say their schedules are busy, so they don't have time to spend time with their kids, or they don't have time to emotionally be supportive with their babies, their kids, right? As the kids grow older, they're experiencing a lot of trauma because their parents weren't there for them emotionally, right? So then they're just gonna be all traumatized, and it's gonna fuck up their lives growing up. And imagine they had no knowledge about like generational curses. Imagine they had no knowledge about like about trauma, or like their parents' upbringing, or how their childhood could affect their adult lives through other YouTube videos and shit, you know. It's gonna fuck them up. It's gonna ruin their lives, you know. So it's crazy how much like of an impact parents can make with these kids, you know, with these babies, you know. It's not all the parents' fault. Sometimes it's the kids' fault. I mean, basically what I mean by that is that like, sometimes it's not the parents' fault. It's like the life's fault. Like, life is just so harsh. Life is so evil. There's just so much narcissistic people that life will just tear someone down, you know. That does play a role also. And like, we're just being controlled by money, just money corruption, all this bullshit, man. You know, but who am I to speak about money corruptions? You know, I work for money. I like making money. You know, it's one of those things where like, if you know how to work with the system, even know how to use law of attraction to your benefit, if anything, the matrix system would be pretty fucking amazing. You just gotta know how to use it. But it's just sad how like there's third world countries, and like there's people who don't have like houses, or just, you know, just vehicles, or just shit like that. You know, I feel like there's no reason for it to be third world countries, or for people to be poor, or like to people live in the streets with no home, you know. It's messed up. Or like no food, you know. It's really messed up, but it is how it is. But yeah, I feel like in this timeline, I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like it could be harder for people to enjoy life, especially like the younger generation, because I'm sure they have no knowledge or understanding on why time is speeding up. Like, imagine, because you know how as you're watching this, even my age, I'm in my mid-20s, I'm 25 turning 26. If you're around if you're around my age or older, you know how like back in the day, where like if you're in high school, or if you're in middle school, or in your childhood, and time used to slow down a lot, but now that time is speeding up. Imagine how like these newer generations are experiencing this shit. They're probably confused, or not confused, but they're probably like, damn, is how life is? Or I don't know, it's just weird. This is weird how like time's speeding up. So I feel like it's hard to enjoy life. Well, at least for me, some people might enjoy it more. For me, it's hard for me to enjoy life because the days are going by extremely fast, and like I can't do the shit I want to get done. Like I can only get like one task completed, and I don't have time to like go outside, have fun, or to work out, then work on my studies, then work a job, then do this and that. You know, it's hard for me to balance it out because time is speeding up so fast. You know, I'm to the point where like I can't even eat like lunch or dinner or breakfast. I can't even eat like breakfast or lunch because if I eat breakfast and lunch, is by the time I do that, the day's gonna be over pretty much. You know, like, you know, yes, I got work to complete, but like I also want to enjoy my free time. You know, like I like enjoying my free time. I like having fun. You know, but I don't have time to do that because if I do have fun or enjoy my free time, by then the day's almost over, and now I don't have time to work on the shit I need to get completed, like my college classes, my work studies. And it's like, what the fuck, you know? Like, why is time speeding up so fast? You know, it's bullshit. You know, but I feel like time speeding up. We are gonna get used to it. We're gonna adjust. We just gotta. It's just difficult for us because we're not used to this shit. You know, this is what I'm saying though. Why is life so confusing like that? Why does the universe always do shit like that? I don't understand it, but this is how it is. This is why it's important to like. And this is why the social media age, the internet age is so important. You don't have to believe in everything what the internet throws at you, but there are people out there who knows what they're talking about. We do have spiritual leaders. We do have people who are very good at what they do. People who are legit. People who know what they're talking about. This is why it's important to use the internet in a smart way to your advantage, to where you understand what's going on, such as astrology, numerology. Even though I'm aware we all live in the matrix, all this is bullshit, but we just got to go along with it. We just got to go along with the game, you know. At least use the game to help us advance towards the game, you know. You got to use the cheat codes to the game. Even though the cheat codes are part of the game, you still got to use it so you can advance to the game, so you can have a good time navigating through the game, you know. And that's how you got to look at life. Life may be bullshit, but use it to your best of your advantage, you know. Try to learn as much as you can so it can make sense to you. Live life how you want to live. Don't live life how other people want to make you live life. Just experience life, you know. We all have different perspectives. We all have different purposes. We all have different paths, you know. We all look at life differently. So it's just up to you to like live life to the fullest, to have fun, to help people out, to help the world out if you can, and just do what you got to do, you know. But yeah, but I don't know. But I know this video's all over the place. But with me, it's just like, it's just so strange to me how like I'm always experiencing people, and then like out of nowhere, well, not people, but just certain people from time to time, and then I'll experience that spiritual connection. Then I'll feel so drawn to them. I'll feel that heavy attraction. It's not just any random person. It's always romantic, or it's always with the opposite sex. It's always with the female. Like, I'll see a female I like, I feel attracted to her, and then I get all obsessed, and I can't get this person off my mind, and then I feel like I'm feeling this person's energy, and like it's just like an obsession, you know, and it has to be different than a crush, because I've experienced crushes before, and it's not even that intense, and this is why like ever since my spiritual awakening in 2017, that's when I keep experiencing these fucking soul connections with the opposite sex, you know. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, it's annoying. I mean, it feels amazing at first, but then it gets annoying, you know, because then you can't get this person off your mind, and then you got to do a lot of healing work. You got to clear out your trauma, this and that, and it's just too much, you know. And that's why I say it's so easy for the human body to develop a lot of trauma, because you got to do so much just to purge out negative shit from the human body, you know. And from what I've learned from other people, like, it deals with your past life trauma, it deals with your family bloodlines trauma. It's a lot, you know, but this is how it is. This is how the Matrix is. I want to talk about certain topics, but I'm not sure if I should do it in a new video or if I should do it in this video. Because if I do, this video is gonna be so all over the place. You know what? I'm gonna end this video because I'll probably do it in a different video. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one. Peace.